All right, everybody. I think we're ready to go. I'm Gina Eccles. I'm going to be your hostess for the night. Super excited to have you guys. We have a fun night ahead of us. It's going to be a very interactive call. I'm going to be asking you questions, going to be asking you to come off mute, share some of your stories. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about modifying the plan. But really what we're going to be talking about tonight is BLTs. Anybody have an idea what a BLT could be? I told you it's interactive. Come on. Any guesses? Maybe drop in the chat what you think a BLT might be. And I'm not referring to the sandwich, just saying. Oh, I like it, Brett. What the heck? Bacon? Good guess, good guess. Anyone else? Bites, licks, and tastes. Congratulations, Linda, you are accurate. We're going to be talking, body loss total. That's a fun one. No, tonight we're going to be talking about bites, licks, and tastes and how that can affect your program. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we begin, we always like to start our evening off with some coaches sharing their health journey just for inspiration for you guys as clients. As you're progressing for coaches, many of us are still clients. You know, we didn't wait until we got to our goal weight before becoming coaches, but we're in the process. There's several of us on here that have been at our goal weights for over many years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. And I share that because we're still a work in process too. You never really stop and maintain, but really this is about long-term optimal health and staying at your goal weight and then pursuing more. So I've asked 3 different coaches if they would share their health journey with you and a little bit of their coaching journey with you, just to create that inspiration to keep going, to keep pressing in your own health journey. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. And we're gonna start with the first health coach that I asked to share, and that is Stacy Runyon. So Stacy, if you will come off mute, I'm gonna have you share. Woo! We got some crazy action going on today. All right, Stacy, are you there?
Yep, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Awesome, well, I'm excited to be with everybody tonight and share a little bit about my story. I'm sure that all of you, well, I always assume all of you know my story. I remember when I asked our one night Tammy Knox shared, and she said the same thing. All of you have heard my story, but it was so new to me. I hadn't actually heard the details. So I appreciate and I feel honored that you asked me to share, Gina. So my story is probably really similar to a lot of yours. I was at a place in my life physically where I just wasn't happy with where I was at, and I had tried a number of different things, and I can't even count how many things I've tried over the years, but pretty recent to my starting the program, I had tried another type of program, and it was just okay. A couple of things had happened and threw us off our schedule, and we just never got back to it again. It was a lot of work. And so fast forward, I was pretty miserable in my health, and I had gone on a trip with a really close friend of mine who she and I were on a road trip together to see our mutual friend who had a baby. And so we went down to see our friend and her baby. And on the way, or first of all, when I got out of the car, we met to ride together to the rest of the destination, or the final destination. And she was down 40 pounds. And I thought, what are you doing? You look great. And I actually didn't ask her a whole lot about it because I really didn't want her to push something on me. And so we went on our trip, had a great time, and she wasn't miserable. She was eating every few hours. She would go out to eat with us and have steak. And I mean, just all the things that were contrary to what I knew to be, on what I then thought was a diet. Later, I know now that it's a lifestyle change, and it was awesome. So we go on this trip, and finally by the end of the trip, I was like, tell me about this thing you're doing. And so Heath likes to say that Heath's my husband, that I came home and I said to him, honey, we're doing this thing. And so we got healthy together. I lost 52 pounds in 6.5 months, and just changed my whole world. I was declining social obligations because I don't know if you've ever been there, but I just didn't have anything that fit. And even if it fit, I didn't feel good in it. And I kind of just sort of pulled out of life a little bit. So it was really, it just was amazing how when my health turned around, everything else turned around. And socially, I was more confident and ready to kind of get back into that scene and participating more in our kids' lives as well. So that was super exciting. What we didn't expect to have happen is our coaching journey. And I think I knew all along that we'd become coaches because I just saw the value in this program, but I didn't know it would come as quickly as it did. About 3 weeks in, I'm so grateful because my auntie was ready to get healthy and do what we were doing. And so she was gracious enough and had asked us to coach her. I don't know that it went exactly like that, but it was kind of a, we know you're going to coach anyway. Why not now? So about 3 or 4 weeks in, we started coaching, and it has been amazing. And so we've just loved every bit of coaching and helping everybody else achieve and see and believe and just, I guess, restore their health again like we have been able to do. So it's been amazing. It's been such a wonderful journey. And the fun part was even during weight loss, or especially during weight loss, we had people do it with us. So if you're even considering coaching, and you might think, I want to wait. Instead of saying, why coaching, why not coaching? Because you're going to be getting healthy and might as well build that community around you. That's what's kept us healthy. We're going on almost 2 years of coaching now, and it's been a wonderful experience. So my favorite part about it has probably been the community. All of the friends that I've gained in this community have just really, really brought fulfillment to my life, and I love helping you guys, and I love our clients. I just love all of it. So thanks for letting me share, and thanks for letting me be a part of your world. I appreciate all of you.
I love it. And you know what I love, Stacey, is my favorite thing about your story is even as a coach, magic dust didn't fall out of the air. It wasn't a perfect program. Life wasn't, you know, oops, Rhonda, you're off mute. There we go. But life was perfect, and that was okay. Hold on, I'm having fun. Okay, so what I love though, Stacey, is that even though it wasn't perfect, and even though, I mean, you actually lost a considerable amount of weight, what I love is even as what you have sometimes deemed a slow loser, wow, you guys have been maintaining for a long time now, and it's super exciting to watch. As it doesn't matter how quick your journey went, as you began to chase healthy, skinny naturally followed. And that's what I think I love most, is that you didn't give up on yourself. You just kept moving. So thanks so much for sharing. The next person that I asked to share is Amy Lipman. Amy, are you there? I might have to help her. Boy, we are having all kinds of fun today. Amy, are you out there?
Yeah. Can you see me?
Now we do.
Okay.
Great job, sweet.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much. I feel so honored. I feel like I haven't gone far enough with this program yet to really share, but I'm happy to share my story. I'm actually a health coach now, and I felt like for so long I wanted to be a health coach. I actually saw a lot of what Susie was posting on Facebook. I was Facebook friends with Susie, and I really loved the idea of being a coach because healthy eating is so important for me. I saw that a couple years ago, like when she probably started. I actually just, it was kind of a freak thing. Came down with breast cancer in May 2016. So everything kind of stopped for me. Didn't know how to even reach out to Susie at that point. I had a bunch of surgeries.
Amy,
and
can you
then
hear me?
after hear me?
Yeah, you're like coming in and out. It's very difficult to hear you.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
You're good now, Amy. Maybe just try to say it in one place.
We didn't hear really what you said. the beginning part.
Okay.
You might wanna
So
say.
basically, I had really looked into, I really wanted to do health coaching because I had seen it on Susie's Facebook. Healthy eating was kind of like a hobby for me. I always was eating really healthy, or I thought I was. And I ended up coming down with breast cancer in May of 2015. And I, if that was just something where that takes up your life for like a year or two, like with a lot of surgeries and everything. And after I think my 5th surgery, I was, still wanting to be a health coach, and I was feeling healthy, and I was feeling better, but I also felt like I didn't have a lot of, I wasn't able to exercise for like almost 2 years. So I was feeling really flabby, and I really never had a problem with weight. So before, and when I reached out to Susie, I was still thinking about the health coaching, but I wasn't really thinking like, well, this would, make me, leaner or whatever. And so what happened was, I talked to her about it, and it seemed like it was such a great fit to me, because there's this quote out there that people say that if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. And I do work. I work. I've been working for like 26 years in the school system. So, I have a full-time job and everything, but I love like healthy eating and, working towards optimal health for people. So when I reached out to Susie, I was so excited about the health coaching. But what was amazing for me was how much I learned about healthy eating. And I wasn't eating every 3 hours. I was mostly, I was eating healthy foods, but not often enough. I actually became a lot like fit, like way more fit, much leaner, a lot more energy. And what's interesting with my health coaching, this is kind of what I've been noticing, and I start to tell people this, that everyone around me, my family, my friends, people that I don't know that have reached out to me one way or another, they're all shrinking. So they're just, everyone's getting healthy. One of my clients, I overheard her talking to somebody else who, I didn't know. And I heard her say that this program is life altering. And I was thinking to myself, because she really had a life altering experience. I mean, she looks great. And I just felt like for me, it has been too. I mean, still kind of in the beginning process, but it's really raised my confidence. I can now like hand down all these healthy eating strategies to people that I love and to people that I know, and people are reaching out to me to get help, and I just love it.
I love it. Thank you, Amy, so much for sharing your story. And what I love, Amy, is that you did not wait to try it out, see if it worked, see if you'd start feeling better. You just trusted your coach and said, hey, I think I want to help some other people. And what I love, and I kind of put this in the chat, is, sometimes people forget that we're not a weight loss program, that we have a whole health program that will benefit anyone in their world. And if they happen to have someone in their world who needs weight loss, we have that piece covered too. And you're a prime example of someone who was already somewhat healthy, who took their health to another level just simply because they decided to look into coaching. So congratulations, your story is so inspiring, and I really appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much, sweetie. I love it.
Thanks.
So, next person I asked to share, I'm hoping she was able to get on, is Erin. Erin, are you out there? Let's see.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good, girl. Go.
I'm good. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, thank you for asking me to come on and talk a little bit about my story. I definitely was somebody who I've been overweight my entire life. So for example, I think I weighed 135 pounds in third grade. So my weight has always been an issue for me. And at one point I weighed 242 pounds, and I had managed to get a trainer and work out and lose about 50 pounds that way, and kind of had come to terms with the fact that I was always going to be stuck in the 190s. Like, and I'm 5'4" or 5'5" on a good day. And so 190s was where I was going to be. And then I was doing CrossFit and, having a trainer write up a meal plan for me. And I hurt my back at CrossFit and almost instantaneously gained like 40 pounds back. And so here I was back in the 200s and really miserable, not able to work out, just really gaining back all of my unhealthy food habits. And I kept seeing, my coach now, my mentor, posting a picture of himself, his before and afters. And I thought, well, crap, I didn't even realize he needed to lose weight. He looks amazing. And then I kept seeing all these other pictures pop up. And I thought, okay, what are they doing? They look like just normal people that are, trying to lose weight. And then I saw a couple examples of people who had kept weight off for years, which is something that I had never been able to do. So that was super inspiring to me. So I reached out, and I can honestly say, as an adult, I have never weighed as much as I do now. I'm in sizes 6 and 8, and I've always had a 6 or an 8 in my pant size, but it was coupled with another number. So all of this is like a very new experience for me. I never thought in a million years I would be able to get here. And honestly, for all those years I was beating my body up at the gym, I could not wait to tell all my friends how I was able to lose weight, and I didn't have to go work out if I didn't want to. I could go work out and do things I wanted to do and that I enjoyed, and wasn't forced to go sometimes twice a day. So that was super liberating for me, and definitely was something that I immediately wanted to share with one of my girlfriends, who her and I were trying to lose weight together. And my coach had said, I think from right away, like, oh, you're going to be a coach. I know that this is in you. So from there, I signed up and coached her, and she's at a place where she's happy with her weight. And that makes me so happy and so proud of her. And then from there, my other girlfriends, wanted to join, and it just kind of grew from there. So for me, I think I had trouble like living out loud, as we like to say, but it gets easier the more and more I see my clients that are having some of these same experiences I'm having, where I'm like in awe of where I'm at with my weight. And it's so much more than just what I look like. And I've said this a million times, I've gained such a better relationship with food, and sharing it with other people and saying what I wish somebody would have been saying to me all along, and being able to, express that to others and hopefully help them, has really kind of impacted what I'm doing for myself. So it's just, I can't say enough about the program and how much it's completely changed my life. So
I love it. Thank you so much, Erin. And from another 5'4", almost 5. All right, maybe in my dreams. I just want to say, you're going to get there, and believe it or not, you're probably going to have a 4 in that number. And I can't wait to meet you at convention and give you a great big hug and be like, Shorty's in his house.
Thank you.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Love it. All right. So tonight we're going to talk, like I said, about bites, licks, and tastes, otherwise known as BLTs. So let me just share my screen real quick here. It's always so fun to hear everybody's stories and just know how each person's being impacted, and that we're not in this journey alone. So again, I just want to thank all of you coaches for being bold enough to share your story, because I know it can be a little intimidating, and I just appreciate it. But as we're talking about bites, licks, and tastes, as we run through, and as a leader within this company, we do a lot of phone calls to hear about the good things that are happening in clients' journeys. We call those celebration calls. But we also sometimes have to get on a call and maybe help you refocus. And there is some things that I have found on those calls, and literally we do thousands of them in a year, that really, really tip people the wrong way. They fall off plan. Maybe they start feeling hunger. They're a little more tired, things like that. So I want to talk to you about the bites, licks, and tastes today, because that's really where we see it happen. So first of all, a little plus a little plus a little can quickly add up and no longer be a little, okay? So I'm going to talk about this in just a minute, but most of you know I refer to this stuff lovingly as from the devil. A little plus a little plus a little can quickly add up, and now all of a sudden you're completely off plan. So we want to make sure we're teaching you how to really stay on track in your health. And you know what, you guys, whether you're in the weight loss phase of our program or long-term health, it still adds up. You guys realize there's about a 400 calorie difference, sometimes 500 calories if you're working out, difference between someone who's trying to lose weight and someone who will actually gain weight. So when you think about this, during the weight loss phase of our program, we don't have to count calories, and I love that. But when you get into that optimal health, which so many people are afraid of, it's not scary, guys. But I tell you that because if you're having 3 servings of this, you're over almost 150 calories extra that you just added into your day. And that's just with 3 servings. So we want to really help you to see those bites, licks, and tastes. They do add up. The weight loss phase in our program creates that deficit for you, which is why we coach to that program. However, what we have seen is a ton of people, like I said before, fall off just simply because they had too much. Oh, I got lots of people saying, what is she holding up? Sorry, guys. It's PB2. It's of the devil. You don't really want it. It will slow down your process. So, someone just came off mute. Scared me to death. Woo! Okay, hold on here. So weighing and measuring is the next thing I want to talk about. And it kind of comes along that same thing as bites, licks, and tastes. And then we're going to start to interact a little bit. So are you just eyeballing your portions, or are you correctly measuring your food? See, ultimately, this is science. Every bite, every lick, every taste matters. I have a lot of people say, I had a bite of bread. Yeah, bread's not in the Optavia guide. It's going to change the science. So every carb, every protein, every fat, it's factored into there. Remember, most of us joined this program because, number 1, it worked. Number 2, it was because it was so structured. And so that's the structure part of this. I also highly recommend that you purchase a scale. Okay. Again, where we see most people fall off plan or start to struggle is honestly in the lack of weighing their food. So they don't weigh their protein. They go, that looks about right. Or they maybe add too much protein, or maybe too little protein, or too much veggies. Yes, you heard me right. Too much veggies. Or too little veggies. I personally recommend everybody weighs their vegetables and everybody weighs their proteins, because then you get an accurate amount. Has anybody ever tried to just like cram lettuce in a cup? Am I the only one that's like, maybe I can get like 3 more leaves. 4. I'm kind of hungry today. Maybe 6. And you're squishing it down and you're praying it will all stay there. So we want to make sure that you're taking good care of yourself. This is the other thing I want to show you that I see happen all the time. So there's some really fun recipes in your client support groups. And a lot of them call for this devilish PB2, okay? Here's my 1 tablespoon, as I'm making a mess, 1 tablespoon, okay? Just want to show you guys, I have seen 1 tablespoon look like that. Anybody, can I get like a number 2 if any of you maybe, or maybe if you're willing to admit, number 2 in the chat if you may or may not have thought that was 1 tablespoon. Okay? I want to actually, when you actually weigh out a tablespoon, I want to show you guys what it looks like. You will be mind blown. That, actually a little bit concaved, I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not, is actually 1 tablespoon. So many people tell me, oh, I'm having 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of PB2. And what they really meant was, I had 2 of these, which is ultimately more like 4 tablespoons. And then they can't figure out why they're hungry. They can't figure out why they're having the extra cravings. Okay, so a simple way to do this is to either avoid all the little extras. That will help keep you on track. It's gonna stop that extra, or just be accurate in your measuring and really, really work on that. Also, another culprit for bites, licks, and tastes. Anybody else out there, maybe drop in the chat a number 3 if you've accidentally licked the knife for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich you made for your kiddos. Am I really the only one that did that? Anybody ever like lick it, realize what you're doing, and then be like, ah, what did I do? Okay, I guess that's only me. So I just say that because, you know, I actually had a lick of a knife throw me out of fat burn. And so I just tell you, and this was during my weight loss phase, I just tell you that because I want you guys to see, like, it can happen. You don't beat yourself up. This is a journey, not a destination. Okay, but if I lick the spoon or I finish the food off my kids' plate over and over and over again, that's just a good sign. I need to really work through my program materials, crack open that workbook one more time, because in that is where I'm gonna start working on that head stuff. I'm gonna come up with plans to really be prepared. Because honestly, you guys, I'm seeing a ton of people in the chat, they're finishing their kids' food too. So I'm glad I'm not the only one, but I also know that little finish, that little waste could actually add weeks or months onto your program. So work with your coach, work through those things. I love, glad I don't have kids. Well, I have 7, so you can borrow a few. But it can be a slippery slope. Another one, I'm so glad someone put this down there. Another one for me was almonds. I would find myself having 10 almonds, and then a couple hours later, I'd feel hungry again, and then I would have 10 more. Oh, I love it. Someone else put that in there. So if you see, like, that went off plan real fast. And so you just want to really be cautious and pay attention. So I'm going to give you guys a challenge to the next couple of days to journal what you're eating and really pay attention. Am I reaching? Am I going for those bites, licks, or tastes? But also, I want you to snap a picture of your lean and green, and I'm going to encourage you guys to post that on your Facebook timeline publicly. You can post it in your client support groups too, but I'm going to challenge you to post it publicly and just say, no more BLTs for me. I'm done with the bites, licks, and tastes. Ready to get serious about my health. Or you can just say, here's my yummy dinner that's healthy. Like, I just really want to encourage you to put yourself out there in a way that your friends and family will help keep you accountable. So there's no like exact version. I just say, you know, no more bites, licks, and tastes for me, but put it out there, hold yourself accountable, and then put people around you that are going to assist you to feel accountable. So I want to thank you guys so much for hopping on. Thanks for interacting in the chat. That 30 minutes went by really quick. So again, if you have questions, ask your coach. That's what they're there for. We're going to transition over to our coach call. So I want to thank the clients for participating.